Got it.
Hello.
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Not today, Dan. Wrong Dan. But yes. Speaking of that, Dan, I actually need to send him an invite.
So how was the show, man?
The show was amazing. It was actually a really good show.
Yeah. Tell
Yeah.
us about it.
Well, besides parking next to Dan Curran all weekend, it was actually a really great show. It was pretty decent size for being right in the middle of nowhere.
Right. You mean Dan Curran?
Dan is a little,
Right. I'll say Dan's not loud. Now Warren Raymond, he's loud. I never seen his vehicle with a windshield in it.
Yeah, there was quite a few people that blew windshields this weekend up at that show as well.
Thanks, Keith. I appreciate it.
Hey, Brian.
So who blew windshields? Did Dan blow windshield?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Was this the show he was going to send it?
He said maybe, but
But he didn't.
It held.
He must not have had his windshield guy on standby. All right.
There is a one guy that I know that blew his windshield this weekend.
Who? You did it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you have to get a new one before you came home, or was you able to make home?
well, actually, I cracked it. I didn't necessarily blow it, but
Yeah, good
I
deal.
cracked it, and once it started cracking, I shut it off and didn't play it no more.
Dang, that's no fun.
Well, I know,
Was
but
that
it
on
didn't happen
Saturday or Sunday?
on Saturday. But it didn't happen
Ooh.
until probably I don't know, probably 6 o'clock at night.
Now, is
So
this a
I actually
one-day
got
show or
to.
a two-day
Yeah,
show?
it's just one day show.
Okay, so you had all day to play, and then it happened. So that's not so
Yeah,
bad.
the show didn't end until 9, but yeah, it was 9 to 9. It was a 12-hour show, and I demoed from 9 o'clock in the morning till probably 6 o'clock at night when I blew my windshield, and then I shut it off because I knew I had a 7-hour drive home. That I
Right.
just wanted to just completely annihilate the whole window and drive
Yeah,
home.
yeah, that's brutal.
But I had to park next to Dan Curran all weekend, which that was always fun.
You know what I do when I park next to Dan Current?
What's that?
Just pull the inputs out of his little amps on the side of his truck.
I tried. He was every time I walked by his vehicle, he was watching me.
He had it, huh?
He knew I was gonna turn it down, unplug something.
Right. Man, well, it was a fun show. I had to do the Jordan wanted to come to that show, so I did the Pensacola show, and so I wasn't able to come, but I regret it. It looked like it was a really fun show. Everybody seemed like they had a really good time. And hey,
Yes.
those awards look pretty awesome too.
Which ones? The ones?
I saw a. Did Barnaby make them? Am I thinking about the right awards?
Um, I think so.
Yeah, they was awesome, man.
Yeah, very cool awards for sure. Kind of
Lit up
jealous.
and all.
Kind
Drew sponsored one of them. I
of,
saw
Drew
that.
Drew made the. It was a Demo King award that this one guy I know got. You know,
Yeah, who got that?
I don't know, some no name guy that never runs in a lane.
Is that what Dan got?
Yeah.
Hey man, so if I when I come up here to a Lucha show, I'm gonna stay with Dan. You want me to? I slide it in my bag,
Yeah,
give it to you.
that and the crown should have been mine.
Yeah.
Damn it. Can't Dan can't share. He's always got to take everything.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh. It
Mm-hmm.
was a great show this weekend, though. Thank you, Scott, for having us. And hopefully next year, after speaking with everybody else, Base Wars will definitely be there. Me
Oh,
and Jordan are both actually. I spoke with Jordan this weekend. He's going to come up, and we're going to do the show like 50-50, so we can both kind of be able to walk around.
yeah. Well, cool.
It'd be cool if you could make it too as
Y'all
well.
might have to factor Jake Luke in there too, because that'd be his area.
You might have to think about maybe making yourself free that weekend so you can come up and
Oh
do some
yeah,
video.
I'm sure. So next year, man, I hope that you guys got the load and I won't have any. I plan to next year just try to promote and grow us. That's what my plan is. Just get you guys up and going, and then I shouldn't do any shows unless y'all take sick, you know.
Well, hopefully that doesn't happen and everything works out as planned.
Right?
Um, Speaking of which, I'm just going to say it on live because I've been trying to tell everybody for the last 2 or 3 weeks. If you guys want shows next year, please reach out to me now. Don't wait till the last minute and
Right.
then be upset because I can't do a show. You have free opening right now. Please start reaching out to me so we can get dates set up for next year.
Jimmy's pretty clear, but like Jordan, I've already got him pretty much filled up next year. He don't even know it. Right?
Well,
So
I want to start setting the dates out because
yeah.
people have actually said, "Hey, I want a show, or I want this, or I want this," but they need to reach out to me and PM me and let me know the exact date, the address, and everything else that you want us there. Please.
Yeah, and also the times because see, Jimmy's gonna have one like at 10 a.m., another one across town at 1 p.m., another one across town at 4 p.m. He needs to
No,
get 6 shows a weekend,
no,
right?
no, 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 no. Hold on now.
I can't make that many tag plays, man. You're good.
Boy, I would keep you so busy you'd never leave that room.
Yeah.
Make it
Speaking
right
of
now.
that, man, did you ever receive those?
No.
So I guess I'm gonna go make a claim, but if I make the claim, then we can't get the package ever if it does turn up.
Uh,
That's what they told me.
just give it another week because I don't have shows. Well, no, because
I can
I got.
bring the ones to Luch's. That's not a problem. But
But
so for
are you
those of
gonna?
you who don't know, I sent Jimmy like a set of plaques and then a bunch of extra ones, and so probably there was probably about $500-600 worth of tag plates in that package, and it got lost. The mail, USPS, and
Mm-hmm.
I did add a little insurance, but I didn't add that much.
He's tried everything. He's tried FedEx. He's tried UPS. He's
They
tried
all suck.
all of them. They all kind of have dropped the ball at some point in time. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I know some of you guys probably work for all them companies in here. I apologize, but it's true. When we have needed it, he's paid for retarded shit to get it overnight, and it's not come overnight.
And this
But
last time he didn't get them, and we corresponded with Denny Eddy and had those other awards made the night before up
mhm.
there in Springfield. So,
Yeah.
right,
Well,
we got
yeah,
lucky that we had awards there, but it's been a God. Please don't let them merge. That'd be the what do you do when you add Dumb and Dumber together, man? To get the
boy,
dumbest, right?
yeah. Well, I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna get something. It came right to the mind immediately
Right.
when you said that.
Well, all right. Well, y'all, we have a special guest this evening. None of
Yeah,
you probably know him, but
you
and
probably
if
hate
you
him.
see him, he's waiting in the background, but he don't have his king uniform on, and I'm kind of bummed about that, right? But
Yeah,
this
I don't
is
know.
this is the king of Arkansas, I believe,
The
Dan Curran.
king,
Dan Curran.
I don't even think I qualify as a special guest anymore.
I got your
where,
drum roll, Dan.
where's that? Where's
Oh
the
yeah.
crown?
Man, that thing is dangerous, bro. Like that
Come
thing's a
on,
weapon. That ain't a crown. That's a weapon, bro. That thing is sharp.
you gotta at least show off the goods to people. Come on, that's not even fair.
Man, that thing
Lights
that
up,
thing is
right?
deadly.
It lights up, right?
The plaque does, the crown don't.
Dude, you should mount it in that enclosure I'm looking at. Oh wait, it's already got lights in there.
Hey, it got lights. I figured y'all had fancy backgrounds. I don't have all that
How do you like
technology.
my background?
That's fancy. It's better than the
Does it
live
make me
concert videos.
makes me look better, right?
Well, I mean, if you say so, we'll go
I
with
think
that.
it does. I mean, right? Don't I look
Yeah, there
better
you
than I
go.
normally do?
Quite cosmopolitan, if I do
I
say so
worked out.
myself.
I worked out, Dan.
Nice. I just ate, so I mean that was my workout.
I'm so
Fat.
hungry. I can't lie. I'm hungry.
I'm working out right now.
Right? I'm hungry. Uh, I've been on this get less fat kind of kick, and so I got water, and it's not as good as the other things.
No, definitely not. I'm gonna tell you, if you come by here, we don't do that skinny shit here now. Or stuff.
Right?
Sorry.
Well, I'm coming there. Coming there soon. Hello, Bobby.
Hey,
For
Bobby.
every game I eat, you got to eat some junk food.
Doing it?
Yeah, I said for every game I win, you got to eat some junk food.
Any shows before
Man, you
November
guys gonna come?
14th? Is that up here? Dwight's up here, right?
Man, yeah, we got shows all over, but Dwight's up there.
I
Dwight's up
don't have any shows up here. No, unfortunately. Um, no,
Hey,
because there's
just,
a there's an
just
organization that has finals this weekend. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you,
that's
Billy.
okay.
And then the following weekend will be at Lucha's show. So I guess yes, actually, in Lucha's show up in Illinois, which Dan Curran's going to come to as well.
Because I'm riding with him.
Yeah, he's going to go to Dan Curran's house and stay the night. So that
Well, but you
means
know
that
what,
he
Dan? I'm
has
gonna
to
give you
come.
an I'm gonna give Dan an out
Hmm.
because it's Halloween. He got little babies there, right?
No,
Yeah, you gotta do the youngin'
it's
thing.
the day before Halloween. That's an
Yeah, but
excuse.
you got a prep game. You know, it's Halloween. You got to prep for that. You can't
No,
just.
no, sir. No, that
So,
doesn't work. You need to come to the show.
Besides, it's a Lucha show.
Especially,
So, I mean,
especially Lucha's show. You have to be there. I mean,
that's all the
seriously.
more reason. Like,
kind of got a point there, but
I mean, seriously. As much smack talking as you guys do to each other, that would make the show just so much better if both of y'all were together right there.
only if I can point the stunt wall right at him the whole time. That's the only way.
Do it, please. I beg you. I will turn it around for you and make sure it's pointed at him. When he moves, we'll move the stunt wall.
so listen, in the chat, I'm posting the page where the events are, so y'all can go look.
Yeah. So, Billy, why didn't you come to Arkansas? What was you doing?
Pensacola.
Oh, okay. I'd have traded.
We had shrimp, we had barbecue chicken, we had steak.
Now hold on. You was just talking about getting skinny and diet. What's all this?
That's why I have to drink water now. Let's see: shrimp, barbecue chicken, potato salad, baked beans. There was another meat that I'm forgetting, and then the NFG guys had a team barbecue, you might say. After the team NFG guys, they won the team trophy last year, right?
Nice.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so they invited me after the show in Pensacola, and I went over there. And I'm thinking, when you go to a barbecue, man, it's like hot dogs because that stuff's cheap, right? I mean,
No,
that's what.
we
But
don't do that up here.
let me
We
tell you
we
what,
do good food.
NFG had steak, like STEAK, not STAKE. They didn't steak the yard. They had steak. And they had so much steak. When I got there late, there was lots of steak left over. Who does that? They do.
Let's see. We had Waffle House and pizza.
And then Waffle House again.
Waffle House.
Well, so anyway, so that's what I did. I did Pensacola show while Jordan came up there and hung with you guys.
We had,
Jordan had to keep us all in check,
Mm-hmm.
we had a good weekend besides a couple of mishaps on my part.
Yeah.
Mishap. There wasn't no mishap, sir. You sent it. That's what you're supposed to do.
Well, besides that, me locking my keys in the car.
Oh, there was
you
that
had to
part.
go
That wasn't a
live with
mishap. That was entertainment.
I think what we should do right now, I think, Dan, you should jam and let's send that windshield.
He won't.
I tried that all weekend.
It didn't happen?
No, it's still here.
He hasn't turned it up.
Flip
He's
around there
lying.
and turn the gain up a little bit. The gain's like an
He's
extra
lying.
volume knob, right?
I'll tell you, this dang windshield has been magical somehow. I can't explain it, but
Is it
the
one of those?
firewall, I've noticed the whole firewall is now completely gone because it used to only flex on one side. Now the whole thing just bounces.
Maybe that's why the window's staying.
Maybe, but that whole bottom is doing its thing down there.
Dang. Wow.
Shout out to PGW Windshield Blast Company because Jimmy need to order one of these things.
Dan, are you coming to that other organization's finals this weekend?
I might pop in for a day, but that's about it.
Is that Midwest?
Could you Could you have your window guy come down there?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like he could possibly make some money in the shows, but I think I want to drive the Tahoe down there and send it the rest of the way.
Okay.
And I need a window to put back in it.
That's the thing. What's sad is that my window guy has had my windshield since before Slam.
Well, and he had mine, I believe, at Slam
I
as well.
thought they did those finals in Lawton, same place USAC did theirs.
No, it's in Sedalia, Missouri.
Sedalia,
That's
Missouri.
right. My bad. I forget.
I ain't never figured out why all these finals are in the middle of absolutely nowhere, except for
They're not. They're in the middle of the country. There's a reason they're there. Right?
Yeah, but like
middle.
literally, like there's
Everybody's got to drive around. I mean, there's so many different places, and think about it.
I mean, but we could have like a finals in St. Louis where there's actually things to do besides, there's life outside the
Yeah,
You
you
don't
can
like
get,
watching
you
grass
can
grow?
get shot, get your car
Right?
taken from you. You could wake up in the morning not having no
Well,
boot
yeah,
the
well, yeah.
vehicle.
The St. Louis Welcoming Committee is
Come on,
definitely on the map,
seriously.
but
There's not a lot of people that's ready for St. Louis, Dan. Come on, be truthful, Dan.
oh man,
But
oh, so
seriously,
does
see,
that.
Warren says he needs a windshield too.
I've never
Like
seen
Dan.
Warren's vehicle with a windshield. Literally, never. I've never seen
He hit
his
the wrong button. I
with
guarantee
a
it.
windshield.
Guarantee he hit the wrong button. Hopefully he comes back. I'll send it to him if I have to. There he is. You got it?
Nah, I ain't got it. You got it.
I got him.
Oops.
Hold on.
Okay. So,
Every time, man, I swear they need to move this leave button,
oh
bro.
yeah.
Like at the bottom, like on the phone at the bottom of the screen, like the chat button is right next to the leave button. It's like every time I try to go to read the comments, somehow my fat finger ends up hitting the wrong button.
Why
And
don't
there
you
I
just
go.
go in the house and get a little laptop out of there and actually sign in through the laptop?
That
That would
sounds
be,
like too much work.
yeah, probably. I know Marley's got one in there. Go get her
Yeah, I
laptop.
got a whole stack of laptops, but I don't even know how to do all that on there. Like,
And not even an iPad, you could actually be able to see the damn comments.
well, yeah, but
It-
you got to still push the little button to switch over to read them. I don't know how it looks on your screen,
no,
but
they come up on the side, right where everything you're over here, and the comments come up over here.
oh, ain't that fancy.
Well, if you get on besides your phone, you would understand. You always get on with your phone first.
Billy looked like he's zenning out over there. You like channeling your inner chi or something there?
No. I'm not doing that. I'm actually working. It's terrible.
Oosa.
So I tell you something exciting. So right now we use StreamYard here, and we can have 5 people on here at one time. I think it's like mega cool, right? But I found another software where I can have
Oh, Facebook?
1,000 people on here at one time, right?
I think Facebook brought back the invite people in thing.
No, I don't know. What do you mean?
Yeah, you can do this direct through Facebook.
What?
Yeah.
You mean it will save me $50 a month and I'm paying these guys?
Well, they had took away the feature. Nobody knows why they did it, but for a little while there, they took away the go live and invite somebody in thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But now they brought it back where, yeah, you can do all this just directly from Base Wars Facebook page and bypass.
There's just one
StreamYard.
problem with that.
But you can't do
I
your
don't
pretty
trust
backgrounds.
Facebook. I don't trust them. They gave me the axe one time for speaking at a Harley Davidson shop. We're not basing our business on Facebook no more. so we spread to YouTube and we will continue, but they're the same way. Man, I'm so close to having this be able to go onto my own website. Boom, everybody,
There you go.
all of them can. You know what I mean?
Right?
I can't wait.
Then you can play whatever the hell you want in the background.
That's right. We'll be listening to Rush.
So
But anyway, I digress. Yeah, so we close, man. We close.
we have to see the trophies, Dan. Come on, show the trophies,
Oh,
Dan.
man. That means I got to get off my fat ass and go downstairs.
Well,
Hey, hold on now.
yes, sir.
Man
Come
ain't
on.
got the best service down there. That might not be a good idea.
Oh, he's got good service down there. Yes, he does.
I
Don't
got
let
the
him lie to
Wi-Fi.
you.
The Wi-Fi is covered.
He used to go live off of Dan's couch with Dan and Dana.
The casting couch.
It was like a thing for probably a year, and then
I
they
knew
just
they
stopped.
looked familiar.
And then it was just Dan. That's no fun. Nobody wants to look at my fat self on here.
Mm.
Neil Peart? Are you talking about Neil Peart, Dan? Kurt or Dan O'Brien?
I'll read the comments while I'm walking.
Yes.
Oh no, he's talking about Rush.
Yes.
Hey, Warren, let
Neil
us
Peart was the best drummer ever.
PM me the info for your windshield, and I'll holler at my dude.
I'm not sure Dan taking me in the basement's a good idea.
Oh, it's always a good idea.
Dun, 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 dun.
And I'll tell you something else. See, look, he froze. What I tell you, he should stay in that car.
Yeah, there we go.
There it is.
What's that say? We can't see it. It's like kind of too far away.
Yeah, no, it doesn't light up very good. Like the letters don't.
It says Baseaholic Production. Can y'all not?
Well, hold up. When you hold it upside down.
Oh no, don't do that.
Nope, it's not gonna work.
It won't let me do it upside down.
Nope.
Dang it.
No, sir.
Hold up. There was last year's.
There's last year's. Where's the other piece that you got to go with it?
Oh, the damn deadly weapon?
Yes.
Dude, the thing is, those points are now like gnarly.
So hold on. Maybe I missed something. Dan, have you been the demo king at that show for 2 years straight?
You're running.
Second year.
Wow. Congratulations, man.
And then we got all these things up here that I don't know what these are all about.
Here, Dan, look. There's his vehicle.
Hey, I'd like to point to that one that's got that white box over there. Y'all see that? Isn't that cool? So I used to put that white box on there so people could write their score and things like that. But because nobody ever writ it, that's why I quit doing it.
Yeah, we got all kinds of little goodies up there.
Sure enough. Hey, you ever been to one of those restaurants where they put dollar bills all over the walls? I think it's called McGuire's, but I could be wrong. Donatello.
Yeah, I've seen a few different restaurants.
Different ones here, but yes.
So I think we need to try to cover your entire wall with Base Wars tag plays.
I agree.
I've been working on it, but I can't even get a trophy to go down here. So
are you coming up?
Build a special place for a trophy there for a Base Wars trophy. We give you a real
special place right there.
Now you can't put it on the pool table, man. You don't put nothing on the pool table. Pool table ain't for stuff. The pool table is for pool balls.
Okay,
speaking
of trophies,
what kind of pool balls you got?
Just old generic ass, advances.
Huh?
Just old generic ones.
Let me see the 8-ball. Oh no, man. Hey, let me see the strike ball.
What, you gonna bring some special ones?
Let me see the cue ball.
There's some nasty old ones.
Roll it slowly.
Turn it around and roll it.
I don't see any kind of markings on it. Oh, hold on, go back.
There's the dot.
Oh yeah, we can play with that one. We good.
I'm sure you're gonna bring the special cue. All we got are just little house cues down here.
No, Dan hides the good
house cues. I see one's got a joint.
Well, I figure you was gonna break out Lucille or some fancy one on me.
I'm bringing mine. I keep it in the vehicle with me. But
everything in Dan's house has a joint.
Right.
So I've heard.
That special kip week.
But no, we got you covered here, Billy. Got your own room down here right by the pool table. After you get beat up on the pool table, then we got you down here.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
That's my
Got the 50-inch flat screen in here, and need to help you forget about what happened on the pool table.
Right.
So,
have you been practicing, Dan?
Not a bit.
Dan, you need to practice, man.
Oh, I heard
Tell you what we'll do. We'll pull up and we'll live stream it. It'll be fun.
There you go.
Party it.
I told you though, we playing for Twinkies or something though, because I'm a fat kid.
How far away from Luch's house are you, Dan?
Like 3-4
hours.
Huh?
About 2.5 hours, somewhere in there.
Yeah, not bad.
2 hours.
Don't you have to pass right by there, Jimmy?
No, not necessarily.
No, it'll probably
he's
shoot
here,
him up.
and Luch is here, kind of.
Yeah.
Here-ish, actually, if you want to be truthful, but whatever.
Yeah, I think Jimmy would go detour.
I don't mind detours. I like that shit. I roll home.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's down here waiting for you. Like I said, I got her all dusted off and
Yeah, that's what
made,
scares
made,
me.
made
I
sure the
feel like
felt's
you've been
good.
practicing. I hadn't been able to practice because I've been making graphics, stuff like
I ain't
that.
had time to practice. I have to keep going to shows and demoing this to hold my title.
Well, looks like you've done that.
I tried. Honestly, I wasn't planning on. I didn't plan on winning it either one of the years.
He demoed his ass off all weekend or all day Saturday. It should have been a weekend event as long as it was, but
Felt like a weekend event by the time it was over.
boy,
Hmm.
he deserved it, honestly. Even though I will say he's an asshole and he would never give me a break and let me play by myself. I
I
should have
was sending people to you though.
You did, but you should have parked over there when I was over
See,
here.
you didn't catch that Jackie figured that out. Why you think she parked on the other side of you?
I know.
Are you trying to say that she parked next to the quiet guy?
No, she parked next to the impressive truck. There's a story behind that one.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Next to the quiet guy. You're right.
No. She said that's the truck that was impressive. Remember? I do recall this conversation. If I
I,
could pull up video, I hear her up there yelling already, telling me to shut
I
up.
don't. I heard that too. Actually, I don't know what
She
you're
out there
talking
yelling
about.
it.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's not true. Jackie
Well,
has
I
never
sat
said
in
that.
Jimmy's vehicle at Slamology, I think it was.
I had a RVB or RV. He was in my vehicle this weekend. I gave him a demo and he recorded it.
But
Huh?
did you give JP a demo?
JP, well, he recorded it some. He
He
always
didn't even
does.
speak to me. I was kind of butthurt.
I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever really had a conversation either. We had him on the show one time, so I guess I did.
JP
I,
don't talk to me.
He seemed like a cool guy. I know some people give him a hard time, but he seems okay.
Oh, he's nice as can be. I ain't gonna lie. I can't sit here and say he
Yeah.
ain't. He's
he's a
nice.
good guy.
He ain't never said nothing wrong to me. I give him hell though.
I think he's just a worker, man. Just doing his thing.
Jason said he seen it. What did he see?
I was there.
But no, I'll say going into a show like that though, like honestly, I go down there just because it's a fun show. It's really
I was
just a
gonna say,
good show.
even if Base Horse doesn't get to be there next time, we're gonna bring us a Base Horse tent and like barbecue or something.
Yeah, just show up. It's a chill show. It's a long show. I mean,
Well,
literally, we got there at 9 in the morning. We didn't get out of there until about 11 o'clock at night.
Oh,
But
okay, so it's a day and a half.
I spoke with the people that ran the two organizations that was there. They both told me they had probably every bit of 50 to 100 competitors.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, two organizations were there, and now Jonathan Cortez he's the one that runs it, right?
yes, sir.
And
Yeah.
he's got his own organization, right?
Yes, sir.
And what other one was there?
The other one was ran by oh man, Black
it's
Nasty.
sad that I don't even know.
I can't speak of his. It's right there on the tip of my tongue, and I just can't speak it out.
Well, I'll be honest with you.
Gentleman that runs Black Nasty.
Andrew McCulloch, yeah, but I don't know what the org name is.
I can't either.
When I found out that the guy that runs the show runs his own org, I kind of just didn't really pursue it much, just out of respect.
Right,
know?
you would think conflict of interest kind of a deal there, but
Yeah, I felt like down here, scraping the coast. Greg Miller, he's passed, but he was the area director for the area, I guess. So, and he and I had a conversation, 5 years ago. He says, no way in hell he's ever letting another org come in there. Okay, that's fine, So I never asked him again, right? And so I would just think it would be the same way for this Jonathan guy. And then
no, he's
John's pretty cool. He doesn't do it so much
guy.
for the org as he does just for the base head love.
Well, that's the reason I didn't pursue it back when, I just, it was a respect thing, not a lazy thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a chill show. Good time. Like I said, I mean, you're talking 50 to 100 competitors that ran. That ain't counting the other half of the show or better that just shows up for demos. I mean, you got Daniel Powell there, you got Chevy Black there, you got that JP guy was there.
Dan
You
Current was
know,
there.
I don't know who that guy is. He sucks. If I see him,
Mhm.
I think he owes me money. But well, I
Dan,
mean, it's a lot of really big, heavy hitter, heavy demo guys that come down to that thing, and it's a good time. My only regret, honestly, is that I missed the demos. Like, I think I only got like 3 demos the whole time.
I'm gonna be honest, Dan. Man, you letting a opportunity go to waste. You really need to put the Base Wars Lightning Bolt in between your first and last name. That should be your new middle name. Like Prince was a symbol. You should do that. I
It's the
mean,
Base
because
Wars Lightning
current,
Bolt.
right?
I agree. Absolutely.
You should put
I,
that
I
on
don't
your
I don't know how you
windshield.
actually do that, like on the
Dan
legal
Current
status.
on the windshield with the lightning bolt in between.
Hell no, I don't want nobody to know whose truck that is.
Everybody knows whose truck that is. Come on now. That's not even fair
I
or
was
right.
saying, dude, there ain't no stickers on that truck nowhere. I try to keep it
That's
low
not true. There's
profile.
2 stickers on both back windows.
Yeah,
Both
there's the
sides.
little flat black THC stickers that like you can't really see unless you're up on it. But I've always kind of kept it incognito on the outside. Like,
With
some
CHC
people
stand,
pull up with a full wrap and Crossfire logos on their windows, and
Dan.
Team
THC
Notorious stickers
stands for.
all on the side of their shit. And
Right.
You ignored my
Well, I'm
question.
gonna tell you something.
I
I'm
didn't
gonna be
hear your
honest with
question.
you.
Sorry, what's that?
I really look forward to this, but I'm not sure when the kicker thing is happening as far as product comes out. But I got a truck. I can't wait to build. I am tired of being without base.
That sucks. How you
And
gonna have an organization and not have the key part of the
exactly,
organization?
exactly. So my truck is just close to coming out of the body shop. Boom, build it immediately.
Absolutely.
So is this like a top secret build, or can we get some hints? Or
No,
Well, the
nothing.
only reason I don't give you any hints is because the kicker product that I want to use hasn't really dropped any hints to the product that I want to use. So
Nothing.
right, the plan is kicker, right? And it's the new subs, but I can't really go any further than that. So it's like, come on, man.
I say we just rack him up about 3 old school war horses and about 30 CVRs and just do a blow through and let's call it good.
He's already had that.
I got 12. Well, actually, now I have 20 12s in the closet right there of solar bear, regular solar bears,
Mm-hmm.
The squares or the rounds?
Square.
Squares.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe we was doing the throwbacks because that was like one of my first decent builds back in the '90s was the solar bears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but they were the OG old school round
so
ones.
yeah, it is kind of a throwback. These speakers are. I originally had 12 of them, and then I found some on Facebook and here and there people selling them, and I was like, well, they don't make the color of mine anymore. Mine are pretty much brand new. They're older, but I never really used.
Which one you got the silver cone ones?
They're like
the chromish silver color ones?
Like a dark gray.
Okay. I know. I think like the first square ones were like they had like the silverish kind of shiny.
That old. I bought them in about 2009 or 10. And I just never have used them. I mean, I tested with the truck, and then the truck broke and I had to take them out. So they've been sitting in the closet in there. But I got to think about once they changed style, I was like, well, if one goes bad, which I'll say this, I've never burnt up a speaker. I've never burnt a sub.
Because you've never turned it up.
So, but anyway, I bought some.
I'm just going to say it.
One or two here and there. And so I got some extras, right? So now I got 20 of them.
I don't care what product it is. If you're running in the lanes, you haven't pushed it to its limit if you haven't blown this up. Am I wrong, Dan?
Yeah, you're wrong because I haven't blown one.
Yes, you have.
And also, if you're smart enough not to run a totally clipped signal, that really helps.
It does help a lot.
I ain't saying a little bit of clip don't get you a little bit louder, but
The
I ain't
little
had this.
fine tune of linking helps sometimes.
I'll
Look
never
like
forget. I saw a video back way back in the day. It was actually Bose did this to prove a point. They took one of their 901 house speakers, which was kind of like the tower looking speaker, but Bose doesn't do big speaker drivers by no means. They're not known for that. And they said, we can prove to you that it's not wattage that kills speakers. It's
all right.
distortion.
That's
Distortion
right.
kills speakers, not wattage.
That's right.
And they actually hooked it up to, because at the time, the biggest thing they could find was an FM radio station. And I think it was like
They
40,000
didn't have
watts.
Spotify back then, huh?
No. Well, I mean, as far as to get the amplifier power, they were like the biggest
Right.
thing they could find was hooking it directly to an FM tower
Oh,
for
wow.
output, which worked somehow. But they shoved 40,000 watts up this 120 watt house speaker and ran just a perfect sine wave, perfect tone to it. And it took it. And they
Wow.
were like, see, that was 40,000 watts to a 120 watt speaker, and it held. But it was absolutely the flawless, like they made sure that it was
Yeah.
0.000% distortion in this.
Yeah.
Now they were like, had it even had the slightest, 0.0001% of distortion, it'd have sent it to the moon.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean
But yeah,
that's
it's
with
definitely clipping kill stuff.
So, for those of you that don't know, and I'm sure all of you do, I'm sure you do, but I'm going to say it anyway, just in case there's somebody who might not. When the speaker's moving, it gets air and it cools for the most part. But what happens when you send Spotify through it or some other clip signal, which is when you turn it up a little, when that signal goes from being a sine wave to being a square wave, when it's up there and it's squared off, the speaker's not moving. And it's just baking. It's no airflow.
All right.
That's
Scott asked a question how they get it. Wasn't a
technically
cell phone tower.
that
It was
melts the glue on your voice coil, and
Yep.
then
it'll drop or
that's what
slink.
happens.
Well, plus distortion affects the linearity. A wave does this, a speaker does this in a smooth motion. The second you hit a clip and it's
Right.
just bottoming and maxing,
Filled up like you're saying,
and you're messing that motion up. Any little variation of that motion, that's it.
For the most part, absolutely.
But yeah, Scott, it wasn't a cell tower. It was back before digital stuff. It was a radio station. Back when they broadcast analog, good old just raw power output.
Back when the TV shut off at midnight and you heard
Right.
the national anthem.
Yeah, these youngsters don't know about all that.
You remember that, don't you, Billy? When the TV shut off at midnight?
Oh, yeah.
And
I
then-
remember.
Oh, yeah, Scott, you're right. Thermal will get it, but on a burst of power, like they didn't sit there and run the thing for 10 minutes. They just sent a burst through it and basically burped it and said it took it. I mean, it's not going to heat up that quickly.
No.
But I mean, the fastest way to kill anything is obviously clipping, and what 99% of us run. I mean, with whether it be Spotify, whether it be USB, be whatever, especially in a vehicle application where you're going to get distortion via alternators, via environment, via
I'm not beating up on the people that run Spotify. I mean, in their defense, you can't put a CD player in there; they'll skip. Right?
Dan runs Spotify.
I do, but when I run it, like I actually have a second cell phone that doesn't have service, one of my other phones. And what I'll do is when it's on the Wi-Fi, I'll download everything at 320, which is pretty close to clean. I mean, no, it's not a full FLAC file, but 320K is pretty clean.
Pretty good, yeah.
So, and plus another thing too with Bluetooth, because I Bluetooth everything, I can't USB. So, I mean, if you've got Bluetooth 5 or up, version 5.0, 5.1, 5.2, it's a pretty good signal. It's not perfect, but it's way better than what we dealt with in the past.
Yeah.
Personally, I think they need to make Wi-Fi audio a thing. Now that a lot of these aftermarket head units have Wi-Fi in them, a lot of vehicles now have Wi-Fi in them. Every phone has Wi-Fi on it because we could still keep it wireless. Yeah, usually everybody says, obviously wired is the best way, but with the technical capabilities of Wi-Fi and the speed that Wi-Fi can transmit at, it's nothing for Wi-Fi to do a lossless file.
Well,
If
I
you
tell you
had
what
good
I plan to
signal.
do in mine is either a full blown computer or a iPad
Fancy.
where you can download But what does iPad send to? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what.
I will say the best audio device, the LG phones. They were adamant about that for a while, and that was like one of their big selling points was because if you use the headphone jack, it
I don't
actually
know.
would do a
Back in the
lossless conversion.
If
back
I
in the
use it
day,
as a phone, though,
I used to have my computer hooked up in the truck. I had my Xbox hooked up in the truck. I had the TV that flipped down, and I used to download
yeah,
LimeWire.
can't do
That
that
was the
anymore.
shit.
Yeah,
Oh no, I
it
went worse
brings
than
all
that. I
that
used to
like
play.
one
I
day.
used to play the music video DVDs from the flea market.
Yeah, uh, yeah, you'd break all that nowadays. I had the PlayStation 2 installed in my truck, sit there at the shows and
Yep,
and play games.
absolutely.
It was fun. But yeah, today's vehicles they can't take that.
No,
No,
they couldn't take it
not with
down.
the kind of power we run now. Back then, we could get away with some things, but
Right.
that now I say literally, the first show I ever went to, my first run I ever made on a meter was a music video.
Wow.
Talk about horrible.
Yeah, you did not win, did you?
Yes, I did actually. I did. I had a '86 Honda Accord, and I had two JLW 712s in the trunk on two 1001s, and probably the worst wiring job in history of ever. Stock alternator, and hit the mic. No idea what I was doing with it, and
Huh.
got up there, and it did a 49.2
Hmm.
in the kick,
What year
and
was
that
it?
was on. That was 04ish, somewhere in there.
What?
03, 04. Yeah.
Man, you sure it
And
wasn't like
so
010?
no, that was like 04. Somewhere I've got there's a potato video of this somewhere. But but no, I didn't have a clue what I had done. And I'm like, pulled up and the guy sticks, shoves the globe in the kick and goes, "All right, hit it." I just turned it up on whatever the hell video was playing and let it eat. And it did
Wow.
a 49 to it. All of a sudden everybody's going, I'm like, "Is it that good?"
Yeah.
And they're like, the guy
See,
looks at me and goes, "Yeah, stick around," because it was a trunk class, because all my stuff was trunk. He's like, "Yeah, stick around." So I was so broke, I couldn't afford a second run that day. Literally, I didn't have no money to make another run. And went and parked it on the side. Everybody comes over and they're like, "Dude, you need to go run a tone. You can run a tone in that class. You need to run a tone and see what it does." I'm like, "Bro, A, I don't have a tone. B, I don't even have the 10 or 15 bucks to do another run." They're like, "Bro, we will pay for your next run. Go up there. We got you. Here's the disc. Stick it in. Go do a run."
hmm.
And it did 49.9 on the second run.
Wow.
And the second, that was sealed. Because the second run, I mean, it was sealed both times. But the second run, we had guys, there was probably 15 people on that car. The windshield, the roof, the trunk, the doors. I mean, you couldn't see the car through all the people that were on it and holding it. Like,
Hey. Well,
so yeah,
that's
I mean, I had no idea what I had done. And the next show, we actually did a 50.1. We kind of played with it and found the tone. And that little car would do 50 consistently out of the truck on two W7s.
dang.
In the most weirdest setup ever, because the subs actually fired sideways. Because it was the only way I could fit the crappy boxes I had built in the trunk. One at a time. It was two
Not weird.
boxes.
Actually, that's the perfect spot.
Yeah, but it was like the port and the subs, one sub fired to one side of the trunk, one sub fired to the other side of the trunk. So it kind of made like a quasi weird 6-order
Hmm.
out of the trunk. But it
So
worked.
is that so? When did you get into audio? When did you get into this sport?
I've been doing bass builds since 94, 95. I didn't actually start getting into the competition aspect of it until about 04.
What made you want to get into it?
Just love bass. I was
Why
blowing
not?
up my parents' house speakers as a kid.
Yeah.
Me and DJ Magic
Okay.
Mike had some ass whoopings coming from that. So
Right. Yeah.
just
I had a
honestly, one of my buddy's friends, when I got into the car audio thing, I've always liked the big speakers and the house speakers and all that, but I'll never forget. A buddy of mine's brother had a '71 Camaro, and I was 12 or 13 at the time, and he had two kicker 15s or 18s free air mounted to the back seat.
This the old gold letter. What year was this?
Oh man, this was
Never mind.
92,
Free air is a gold letter.
93.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were the free air kickers, and he had them,
Well,
had a baffle made on the back seat,
yeah,
behind the
yeah.
back seat.
It's
So when you
probably,
open the trunk, you just saw the back of the subs.
yeah.
And that car was the first one I'd ever sat in that just went, whoa, that is pretty dope.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
You're old.
I mean, the
Dan.
car was gorgeous on top of that, but that was just the base in it was what triggered me. That was it.
Yeah, that's cool.
How I never burned my mom's car to the ground, because I used to go, started saving money, going to flea market and buying like the pyramid amps and the pyramid power booster EQs, stuff like that. Man, I'd have some of the worst wired, have them wired up to cigarette
2,000
lighters.
watts and a little mount under the dash EQ amp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, yep.
Arcomatic 50 watts that came from what was that? Western Auto.
Hey, had a big old house speakers in mom's back seat. She always bitch about because
Yep.
I couldn't drive, but she had to put up with it. So, but that's where it all started. Was that right there? Like I said, always had a thing for the bass, but that one car was the first car audio build I heard that.
I don't even know what this means. Does anybody else?
He said it's a Quasimodo T-line 8th order ported seal box. That sums it up. That was what that was.
Right.
He's talking about what I had in the trunk of the car, the way it was. Yeah, there you go. The wiring looked like Quasimodo did it. I can tell you that. Like I said, it was. So
it's
bad.
Quasimodo. Is that a brand?
No, Quasimodo was the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I don't
get
it. Talking about Dan's build that he had.
Hey, he's talking about my ugly build. Somewhere I got to find the pictures of it. And yes, I do still do a 4. No, I don't even do a 49.9 anymore, Robert. Thank you.
So,
and mine was the LXI.
Do you know Robert?
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool. It's a small world, man.
It is. It's Basshead world. We're all one big unit.
Yeah. Very true.
So, Billy, back in 1926 when they invented the speaker, is that what got you into bass?
So what got me into bass was PV Black Widows, right?
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of them in a small room. That's what got me into bass.
That was back in 19.
8 years old, 9 years old, something like that. And then I started driving a little bit early, probably when I was about 10, had my own car. And by the time I was 11, I was into the whole Pioneer 6x9 things, right? And boy, that thing, and I actually built a box with 8 6x9s in the back of mine. And so it was really loud. So then I heard these kickers, right? These kicker subwoofers. And I traded all 8 of those. Yeah. I traded all 8 of those kicker 6x9s for 2 8-inch kicker subs.
Right, Warren.
And enclosures. And it's been on ever since that. I went from those 2 8s in that car to 2 12s in the next car, and then 2 15s in the next car, and I've been walled ever since. The last time I didn't have a wall, it was 2 15s in 1988.
That's not
I'm
true.
I'm late to the wall game.
Huh?
You ain't had a wall for the last 3 years.
Oh, it's there. It's just sitting outside. Right? Yeah.
I know Jimmy ain't talking. He had a walled vehicle sitting in his driveway that didn't play for like 2 years. So.
Dang.
That's not true.
You talking about CRX? I saw
it. I was talking about a Nitro.
Oh, yeah, I saw it too.
That Nitro's never been down for more than probably 2 months at max. Ever.
I seem to remember that thing sitting there collecting dust for quite a while, sir.
Well, that was just because I was too lazy to take it to a show. It was still playing, but I just didn't
I
pay.
mean, just because you can turn your doors on does not count as playing, sir.
That's not true. Never had no problem there. I,
Well,
I always blew a sub when I turned it up, but that
so I get this. I am too. It's impressed to see what you can do with a couple of eights. I'm with you, but I can't help it. If it ain't a
I,
wall,
I, I gotta agree
I
with him
like
on that.
it.
And I've always said the same. Being a no wall, I was a no wall guy up until this build. I've always been the no wall guy.
So honestly, dude, nowadays there's some no walls. I almost don't think it matters anymore because you got no walls doing 60s easy, and then
Yeah.
not easy, but I mean
I
they're doing
remember
hard.
probably 3 years ago, I was running in the lanes, and I was doing probably I want to say like a 57, and I thought that was a really good score for a 5K class. And
Well,
then Beer Base Mafia pulls up in there with two 8-inch fucking DDs in this Panda, and they pull out like a 61, and I'm like, what the hell?
right. So
With two
listen,
8-inch subwoofers.
when I see you guys take a 12 or two 12s and put it in the trunk of a car and put an amp on it and throw a battery back there and do a 60, I'm like, you know what, F you. I remember when I had to like totally make my build pretty,
Fight.
815s in a wall and SQ everything and install had to be pretty, and I still lost because I didn't do but a 57, 58, and y'all
Yeah.
taking two 12s in the back of a trunk and do it. I'm like,
It's not fair.
Well, see, you got to think back in our day, though, Bill. We didn't have all this design software and fancy stuff to help us. We just had to get a tape measure and pray, get out a calculator, and I hope.
Kicker gave us the specs, and you just went by them. And if you wanted a little boomier, you made it a little bigger. Depend on the power, but that's pretty much how it was.
That's right.
That's what my trunk build was. It was 2 boxes built right out of the back of the JL manual that came with the sub.
We,
so like,
we didn't spend
here's
a
a
lot
ported
of
box.
time
Build this.
testing boxes. We spent all our time aligning our screw heads. I mean, you didn't go to a show when your screw heads weren't lined up, right? Do y'all do that? Or am I hanging?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
That bothers me too.
I didn't do that, but I know guys that did that.
I've never not done that. Right?
I was thinking, some of my first forays into the car audio thing was like the lowrider scene. The bed dancing and the hydraulics and the mini trucks.
Some of those old school lowriders are coming back now, man.
They are.
At Slamfest, there was a lots of them. They haven't been touched. They still got the old subs, the old builds. They're all there, and they're in there, and it was really neat.
That's the ones everybody's loving now. Is like if you can find like, I know Brad Newsom. I probably has 2 or 3 of them later on somewhere. But finding the old, or you find one that's all original from back in the 90s, early 2000s, late 90s.
That had the walkthrough. That had the big old fucking couch in the back.
Mm-hmm.
That was this.
It'd have like 12 subs. It only took like 50 RMS a piece, but it looked cool as hell.
Yes.
Yeah. If you were really balling, you had like a mini disc player in the dash instead of a cassette deck.
Yeah. It had like the 12 disc in the back hidden somewhere.
Yeah, 12 disc changer somewhere in it because you had the money.
I remember when the CD players first come out, we had it. And listen, what you guys don't realize, you realize in 1988 how much $1,500 was. But the first CD player that didn't have a radio, just a CD player cost $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember right. And then so technology came a little bit, and then we had a CD in the dash, but the radio wouldn't fit in the same case. So you had an extra box. It was really big. You had to hide somewhere else.
Yep.
Right? And them things would skip if you sneezed hard.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, you're not lying there.
Right?
That was like one of the best things I loved about my Jensen unit that came out and I'd won a lot of shows with it because it had the ESP in it. It had the 60-second ESP. That was the greatest feature ever invented for a bass head.
Right?
Yes.
I had the old Sony. I can't remember the year model, but that had that little extra box, and it had some seconds. But look, man, that thing had some problems, and I had that installed where I could pull that thing out and beat on it, right, and put it back in, and it would work fine. but it got to where the beating just wouldn't work. So wound up having to scrap it. But you hated to because the thing was $2,000, you know?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, Dan O'Brien said dual changers. Yeah, that's when you were just truly balling. You had 24 discs on tap ready to go.
Lord.
I never had 24. I had 12. Clarion made a 12 disc changer, biggest I ever seen.
Right.
But then, wasn't long after that, Eclipse come out with one that had a hard drive. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
You could download everything to it.
Yep, you can just rip your CD straight to the hard drive.
Yep.
Right.
Wow, we're showing our age.
Yeah, man. Oof.
Y'all old, dude.
Hey, I still remember walking through the mall carrying a head unit.
I read
so.
all this in the history
I
books.
still have one over there. I still have the old school pullouts.
That was when you was stunting. You had the Pioneer pullout. You just walk around the mall with it.
No, it was Sony. It was a tape deck.
No, you had a Sony one. I had a Pioneer one.
Yeah.
I had the wood. It had the wood grain face.
My grandpa still had the 8-track player in the back. So, I mean, yes, I'm old.
8-track?
8-track, yes.
Dude, that's change his group name to Geriatrics of Bass soon. I mean, this is
sitting back there listening to an 8-track trying to bump them old 6x9s.
Hey, man, old 6x9s were the joint, though, man. Like, you got to think, you remember the old Kraco and Sparkomatic 6x9s?
Yes.
These things had bigger motors on them than most subs had back then. Like, the magnet and the motor structure on the damn 6x9 was bigger than your average sub.
With the orange surrounds?
Yeah.
Like a certain
it had like an 18-way tweeter setup mounted to the top of it.
But now back then, though, they were all about subs being efficient.
Right. But your 6x9 had this big, massive, giant motor on this thing.
Right.
Why?
6x9 that was here, but the motor.
But we didn't have 10,000 watt amps either. We had 500 watt amps. That was a big one.
I had like a 200 watt Sparkomatic back then.
Was that an amp EQ?
Yes.
Chris, you ain't lying. The Krako's got nasty.
You push a button and then you line it all up. Yeah. Yes, sir.
2,000 watts is what it would say on there. Something like that.
Sure did. It probably only gave you like 10 watts per channel, but
2,000 watts probably at like 100 volts, and nobody ever saw that. But
oh, you talking about the power booster EQs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it had like 16 gauge wire and a 5 amp.
Yeah, right. 2,000 watts written on it.
The inline round fuses.
Yep.
Wrap it with aluminum foil. Put that bitch back in there.
But it was cool watching the light show, man. If you got the one with the the level lights and
yeah, that was really neat.
Flea market specials, man. You can get the coolest looking stuff at the flea market.
But you know what? They don't put the pretty lights anymore. Wonder what happened.
No, we don't get the cool lights now. I kind of miss that.
Yeah, man, that was.
There's a guy here who actually found. I don't know where he ordered, but he's got a full single DIN spectrum analyzer mounted in his dash of his Chevelle.
Yeah. Wow.
And it looks so cool. I just sit there and watch it. I'm like, I want that. Like, I need that.
Wasn't it the old Clarion unit where you used to be able to download pictures and stuff, and it would just play?
Clarion
had Panasonic had it too.
That was pretty amazing, actually.
Dude, the old Panasonic units were beasts.
Panasonic died off
in the
early 90s, right?
They were early 90s, I would say even earlier, late 90s, early 2000s. Like, they had the full OLED, full graphic motion screens, 5 to 8 volt pre-outs. I mean, the Panasonics were they were on par with Eclipse as far as just cool features and SQ and all that. And then poof, they disappeared.
I still have some old Eclipse sitting over there with the green woven cones, the honeycombs. Remember them?
Yeah.
They're
that's right. All they use the Panasonic head units because there wasn't nothing touching them.
Yeah. They were crazy.
They were on point. They need to bring them back.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. JVC was good, but I don't know. I used to love my Jensen head unit because I could beat the shit out of it, pardon my language, and it would play.
I never
I think
had.
all mine were either Pioneers or
I used to
JC.
swear by my Jensen head unit. I mean,
Yeah, I
if
did
you could give me
JVC and
one,
Clarion.
if you gave me one of them old school Jensen head units that from probably, well, I say old school, probably early '90s, them used to take a beating. I mean, you could damn near drop kick it across the room and it would still play.
You got me digging now. Hold on, I got like 3 of them in here. You want one?
Yeah. Do you have one,
Crap.
seriously?
I do. I still have my original Jensen Walmart flip out DVD player from like
Mm,
'03.
that
Does it
that's
work?
the shit. Yeah, I guarantee it works still.
Dude, that oh yeah, you couldn't kill this thing. That's why I saved it. I mean, this thing was in so many of my builds. This thing,
Yeah.
I paid $500 at Walmart for this stupid thing back in '03.
And that
And
was a
it
lot of
had the
money.
ESP on it. And I mean, it literally had like a 3-band EQ. It wasn't much, but the thing would just put in work. It had 5-volt pre-outs.
Dang.
That was the weirdest part of it.
Yeah.
It was the
I
only one
couldn't
I've ever
even
seen
tell
that
what
had
5
5
volt
volt
was.
pre-outs.
Right. Most of them were 4 back then.
Shoot, most of them were like 1.5 to 2 if you were lucky.
Really? I never
On the
measured it.
Jensen, on the
Back-
Jensens, you were lucky if you saw a 2-volt.
Huh.
But this one, I don't know. Walmart got some weird design. They got all the good. I mean, it even had like a separate module that went with it. Like the DVD player was in it, the CD DVD, but a separate module for hooking your iPod and your XM radio and all that stuff up to it. Somewhere in there, I got 1 or 2 of them buried, but I've got my OG one in there that was in every build. I think the only thing wrong with it is the screen wants to stick
You
sometimes
really
coming
should
out.
put it in your build just for fun.
I thought about it.
Right?
I would.
You should.
I thought about bringing it back. That was the one that started it all. So
I still got
I
probably
got
like 400 CDs sitting over here, so let me know. I'll bring some CDs out for you.
I got the cases in there too. We got the notebooks full.
Me too. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yeah.
I mean, everything from the actual CDs to the Sharpie CDs. We got them all.
Oh, I have plenty of
Right.
burn CDs for
The
sure.
LimeWire specials.
Yeah.
Oh God, we're getting old here. All right, moving on.
So what's next, Dan?
As far as
I was kind of leaving it as an open-ended question, let you direct the conversation. But since you didn't, the next show.
I guess well, we got the finals this weekend coming up. I'm just gonna pop up and say hi to everybody. That's about
This
it.
this the Midwest,
Yeah,
and that's in what town?
Sedalia, Missouri.
Missouri.
How far is Sedalia from you?
2.5 hours, give or take.
Hour and a half for me.
That ain't too bad.
For one.
Yeah, it ain't terrible.
For whatever reason, the last time I was up there, I'm sure I was going to Kicker for some reason, but
To me.
I really don't remember. But I remember seeing the sign saying Sedalia. Oh yeah, I remember going there to their finals. A lot of people giving that guy a hard time. Say he's kind of a butthole, but I met him. He seemed real nice, and the people there, they were so very cool at that finals. I liked it.
Saying a lot, like I go up there just to show love and support, but as far as a show aspect of it, it's probably one of the to me. This is to me, and don't anybody take this the wrong way. To me, it's about the most boring thing in the world because obviously I'm not running the lanes,
Yeah,
and you don't really get to kick it with everybody like you want to because everybody is. I know how it is. I've been there and done it. I don't really do it now, but
yeah.
everybody's focused, getting their build done, last minute recones, fixing the amps. It's the mad rush of, okay, I got to find, it's constant work. It's not like going to a normal show where, you can screw off and goof off and have fun and laugh and giggle.
Yeah.
But, finals is it's a very intense vibe because everybody's so, ready to go up there. And I'm with them. I feel them. But I mean, just like I said, for me, it's just I just go up there and just basically, see if I can lend a hand, show some love, show some support, and
Yeah,
say hi to people I don't get to see that often.
Yeah, I went. I enjoyed it. Of course, I didn't know anybody when I went there. Matter of fact, when I went, that's when Jimmy and I met for the first time, right?
Yes.
Face to face. And so I didn't really know anybody. I went up there with the Kicker guys, and but it seemed very cool. Now being that I ran another org, I felt a little odd being there, so I kind of
You
hung
felt
back.
dirty, didn't you, Billy?
Yeah, I
Felt like
felt bad, but so I kind of hung back. Um, but it seemed pretty cool. Everybody seemed pretty happy, and I think he did some kind of party or something on that Saturday night in
He
a
does
different
every
facility
Saturday.
but on the grounds, and that
yeah.
was
They
pretty cool.
usually like order some pizzas and do little
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was pretty neat.
Every Saturday at his finals, he does that.
Yeah, it
Absolutely,
was.
yes.
I thought that was really cool, and
I did have
everybody.
fun going up there and messing with Diddy Kong a couple years ago. That was fun.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. You still have the DD in there, right? In yours?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Still in there.
partially sweet like Danish.
The stunt wall has been upgraded just
Has it?
slightly.
Did you put
Oh
kicker
yeah.
in there? Put kicker in there?
Nope, it's all B2 now.
Well, B2's cool too. It probably looked a little better if you put kicker in there, but B2's cool, right?
No, we got the B2 in there. I gotta say, it made a drastic difference. Like nothing against the DD speakers, but like the DD, I had the DD VOs in there, which are vocal speakers. So
DD's
they really
garbage.
couldn't.
Oh,
They
sorry.
really couldn't do like mid bass. Great for the vocals and the mids, but they had no
Right.
mid bass.
Well, so hold on now. So what do you have in your stunt wall?
I've got 10/8s and 4 tweets.
10/8 and 4 tweets. Okay.
Mhm.
So they're all on the same plane still?
Yep.
Okay.
Make one big flat wall.
Yeah. All right.
But I will say with the B2s, because I mean, yeah, I think the DDs were 60-watt vocal speakers versus a 275-watt mid bass vocal speaker. So it made quite a drastic. I haven't even turned the power up on it. I just changed the crossover set point and let it rip for the weekend. But it's drastically different.
Wow. Sounds lower. Sounds better, huh?
It has some punch to it now. It definitely has the punchiness.
Sounds
I've got
all
it crossed over at about 90. So it definitely catches some more than like before. It was crossed over at like 350.
Oh, wow. That
It's,
hurts.
yeah, so it was just all mids and highs. It had no bass at all out of the stunt wall.
Yeah.
Let's see, drastic difference in the sound of it. I was thoroughly impressed with it.
Yeah. Well,
Jimmy doesn't ever want to hear it again though, because he had to hear it all weekend.
My doors sound pretty amazing though, so I don't know.
They do. We just got to
hold
fix your
on,
EQ
Dan.
again.
Hold on now.
I'm just gonna. If you're parked like this, I'm gonna park like this, and just give you a little taste of your own medicine.
Look, Dick, I had to hear those things all weekend. I can't hear my stunt wall, but I could hear your doors.
Right.
They're pretty loud.
They are pretty dang
I
loud.
tell you what, this is something I truly don't get. And Robert's in the chat, and there are others, and Robert doesn't do this, but I'm sure he knows somebody who does. Down in Florida, I'm going to say, and I don't know if I'm accurate or not, but there's a lot of stunt walls down there, and they are painfully loud.
So is Dan.
Well, no.
I ain't even on that plane of what those guys do.
But so my point is this: these things are so loud that they physically hurt when you walk by. I'm like, no, I ain't walking behind it. No, it'll hurt. I don't got my earplugs. I found my earplugs, by the way. They were actually in my console all weekend without them. They were in my console. So anyway,
RVH had earplugs when he was in my vehicle this weekend.
Yeah. So my question with this is, these guys, they put a podium 20, 30 feet, some 50 feet behind it. And they put that podium directly behind it and they stand there and do it. And I'm telling you, it's painful and it hurts. And I'm looking at them and they don't appear to have earplugs in. How in the world and why in the world do they do it? And it just,
I don't know.
Hurts. I'm telling you, we're not going to worry about it. Those guys ain't going to be around. They're going to be deaf. They're going to be doing our sport before too long. They're gone.
I told Dan after we actually did, he helped me and we did some tuning and tweaking and turning up. I told him, I said, probably halfway through the day, I was like, Dan, I got a headache because of my doors. My doors are giving me a headache.
And you ain't got tweeters working in them. That was just all mid. Like
just all mids. And they were
It's going to get worse when the tweeters work.
And let's be honest too. Those things that you guys call super tweeters, I don't know what they really are. I don't know.
Now there's a difference. Now you have
I like to call them POS because nobody knew, right?
no. I
So
will say there's a difference. Now you've got the super tweeters, which is like what I run in my stunt wall, and that's actually a voice coil and a cone, basically a diaphragm. Then you have what a lot of these stunt wall guys are using because they get ridiculously loud really cheaply, which is compression horns.
I have them underneath my tongue.
So do I, but underneath is different than directly firing at you. Like I've got 14 of them under my truck.
Me to the point of you don't need 20 of those, you need one.
Yes. That's why I've got 10 eights and only 4 tweeters in the stunt wall.
On a flat wall.
Because they're cheap and easy to get loud. That's all they care.
They're stupid. They're ignorant.
Yes.
100%.
And compression horns are very, very, very hard to tune where they don't sound horribly painful.
They hurt.
They hurt, yes.
Give me, I don't care how cheap they are, you couldn't give me a pair. If you give them to me, I would feel bad to give them as a gift to somebody. They suck, right? We out.
Like I said, they have their applications, but the way they're being used
I know the application is for the military when they aim it at people and it's supposed to drive them away.
Honestly, they're used a lot in stage setups, concert setups, something like that.
And what? What kind of setup?
Like concert setups. Like if you look at the big concert speakers, that's what's in them is compression horns because they only need, they got to have an 18-inch driver in there and one compression horn can keep up with
one.
One. Yeah, one per 18, you know what I mean?
Right.
But, like I said, the way they're getting used in a lot of these cars, I've only heard one person that the guy named is Ralphie Sounds. He's out of New York, and he came down to Ruckus and basically shit on me. But he's got one of them ones that folds out like a transformer and has a hydraulic one that comes up off the roof. I mean, this thing is insane. It's got 8 21-inch subs for outside. And then just probably 50. He's running the whole thing off of 3 Teramps 160Ks. Let that sink in for a minute. 3 160Ks. 160Ks.
They got like
they're like arc welders.
He did the hybrid batteries, like it's basically C-Max without tearing them apart because it all runs on high voltage.
Right.
Like he doesn't even have to start the truck up because everything he runs is high voltage.
Yeah.
But whoever tuned, whether it was him or whoever helped him tune that thing, and I mean, he was 10 feet away from me. And honest to God, it sounded phenomenal. And I was scared to death when he started opening it up. I'm like, this is going to be one of those really sucky moments right now.
So
he turned it on, and I just kind of went, okay. So whoever dialed that in is a genius.
There's Cody Cumbia. Have you heard his little Hell Chicken car?
Oh, yeah.
His sounds good in my opinion. I can stand and listen to his, right? And then I do not know who this is at all, but it was last year at Slamfest. There's a yellow HJC. It's actually a DS18, which is just not my thing, but it's a DS18. It's a yellow HJC, like ugly Toyota vehicle. That thing that they had? It's one of those. And
the FJ Cruiser thing?
FJC. So from a football field away, that thing sounded amazing. That's 2 out of 1,000 that I have seen that sound worth a crap.
Yeah, I've heard the Ralphie Sounds one, which when he opens it up, you're just ready to run because you just know it's going to be bad, and it wasn't. Especially when you thinking this guy's got over 400,000 watts on tap.
Right, yeah.
For a stunt wall, there's nothing inside the van. It's all stunt wall build.
That just hurts.
And it was amazing. I really was flat out blown away by it. That one in the McLaren van, like 3-4 years ago. When he would turn that thing on at Slam, it stopped everybody. And you could just stand behind it, and it was stupid loud, but it was just so clean.
Yeah,
it almost makes you want to cry.
Experienced that yet? Cody sounds good, and that other one sounded pretty good. But other than that,
Yeah, 90% of them, it's a shouting
I'm
match,
like,
and that's
I'm like,
what they're
dude,
built to do.
if you don't turn your car away from my tent, we might fight. I mean, right? I mean, I'm getting there, you know. And it really sucks. It's we're there trying to do business, and it's not just me, but everybody else too. Trying to do business, and you can't. You can't.
I've actually, Robert
Your
just said something about
voice
Dean
works, you know.
Baptiste. I've heard Dean's car.
Whose
Dean's
car?
car is borderline. It's loud.
Whose car?
Dean Baptiste, he does like the street
I don't
battles.
know
He's out of
him.
Florida. And it's loud and it's clean, but it's that borderline harsh, painful loud.
Yeah. See, I don't like
It is
pain.
loud though. But the thing is, like a lot of these guys now with these stunt walls, they do the street battles. And the idea of the street battle isn't how clean you are. It's just, are you louder than the other guy? And by any means necessary. That's what they're going for.
I
It's
really
like
believe this.
guerrilla warfare with friggin' compression horns.
I really believe this. I really think, and I'm a stereotype here, so and I realize that not everybody that is going to be like this. Okay, so I almost apologize before I say this, but I think they're stupid in the aspect of they think distortion means loud. There's a guy. I built this truck in Mobile, right? And I put rear field. Rear field is rear field. It's not supposed to be loud. It's rear field.
Right.
He picked the truck one day, picked it up one day. They were blown the next. Right. Sometimes you just don't know what you're doing, and that's the case. And so with these people, I'm like, I really think that when they hear those tweeters distorting, they think, oh, it sounds good and it's loud, because I'm thinking, I'm watching them. I'm like, that sounds like dog dirt. And they're sitting there, standing there behind it, killing their ears, appreciating it, thinking they're
But
the
have
big.
you ever actually watched the videos of like the New York street battles and the Florida street battles? How they do?
The dunk
No.
shows.
They
The
literally
shows.
face to face, like a
Yeah.
I
like a
would
duel.
watch Diary of Anne Frank first.
Yep, I would agree.
But I mean, this is why they do what they do. They literally will face each other, point the walls at each other, or form a big circle where they're all facing each other. And then they'll all make, individual runs. Next guy, next guy, next guy, next guy, next guy. And then they basically just all turn them on at once, and whoever's you can hear over the others wins.
I do not want to attend that.
So by distorting the crap out of it, then that's all you're going to hear is that guy's massive distortion, because it's just killing everything else.
It could be that might be a little strategy for them, but I think most of these guys, when they hear the distortion, I think they're stupid enough to think that means it's loud and it sounds good. I think they're ignorant in the aspect of that. I think they think that means loud, and it doesn't. But they don't. I think they don't know it.
But they don't know. I was just getting ready to say that.
If you
They
go
don't
to a car
understand.
show, right, and this is where we're showing off, right, and you're standing across the field and you listen to something distorting. If it were mine, I'd be, oh my God, I got to stop that now. But they stand there and kick back. I'm like, don't you
that's
hear?
like me with the stunt wall. Like if I go outside and I hear it, like if it hits a certain track that's playing louder than it was previously, and it starts sounding rough, nope, I'm flying to the door. Nope,
Right.
clicks down, we're good.
Right. Well, teach his own, and I don't knock them. They do have some really pretty builds, and I like the fact that they all fold and do things, and that's pretty neat. So I ain't totally trying to beat up on them, but I mean, make the crap sound good. And let me tell you something. It's common sense that it's bad enough when you sit in a car, an audio car, you got to time align some stuff pretty much to make it sound right. So if you're 100 yards away, do you know how much time alignment you got to have? You know the difference in the wavelength. You got to have a lot, and they're not doing it. And it sounds like dog dirt. And I'm like, nah, I ain't even having a conversation with you, man.
I would say that's the worst part. Like with mine, the way it was set up at the show this weekend, like it was a clear shot all the way across the show. So it just traveled all the way across the show. Right. But like sitting in the truck, it's extremely directional. So when that stunt wall is going, literally, it can be going full blast, and I can't even hear it in the truck.
Right, no doubt.
So
you get in the truck with 418s to get a break.
Right, but I get in there, and all I can hear is the echo. Well, I can hear the echo of it coming off from 300 yards away off of something.
Oh, wow,
it was echoing back. And that's what I would hear. I couldn't actually hear the music from the wall. I would hear the echo as it came back.
Wow.
Am I
Dang, dude.
lying, Jimmy?
No, absolutely not. It
Well,
was
yours are all on the same plane, but a lot of people's are not. And
Right.
it was
that creates
ridiculous.
an alignment issue, you know. So
And
I'm
then
just
there's
saying,
some asshole
from
next to
100
me with
yards away, you
27
got to do
speakers in
some
his
work to
noise.
make it sound good, and these guys ain't
Right.
doing that work.
No.
No,
Loud is loud. That's all that matters. It's not about any kind of SQing. It's loud is loud.
yeah, no,
Right.
no,
So Jimmy, you need to wake up, man.
no.
What's going on this weekend? Nothing.
This weekend, nothing.
Finals.
Finals.
Fine.
Midwest FPL finals. Yes, sir.
So I'd let you guys know that they're having their finals is the reason we're not. We're staying off their day.
When is your finals anyway?
March.
We don't know because Midwest won't give us a day. I'm just kidding. It's a joke, right? It's either going to be in March, April, or next year in August before Midwest's.
Oh, good. So I got some time to get some dang points finally.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy don't
You got
have no
some time.
shows out here, so I can get some points
got
and get
some
back
time.
in my demo dominator.
Yeah, you got some time.
See, I've noticed too, like I'll be at shows and Jimmy just doesn't even tell me when they're doing demo dominator runs, so like I don't even get the opportunity anymore.
You're not supposed to know, asshole.
See, that's how he does me. You see this?
Right?
That's the whole
Hold on.
purpose of it. You're not supposed to know. It's supposed to be
I'm going on the Usaki live feed next week.
bye.
Do they even have one? I didn't know. If they do, I want to
No.
watch it. No? Dang.
I'm just gonna say bye.
So
God.
DB Drag has got one. I don't think it's official DB Drag one, but they do one. They do it the same time we do this one. That's why I'd never seen it. But Rob Collar told me about it, and so I've watched a couple of them after the fact. I like it. Theirs are pretty cool, but it's going on right now, so I never saw. I never knew about it. I don't think
I don't compete in DB drag, so we don't even have DB drag around here. So
yeah, we don't have it. Well, I say we don't here, and
Me and Horner.
Mississippi we don't. But so Jeremy Kramer with DB Drag, he has done it a couple times at Rob Collar's place when we do it over there. So I forget. Jeremy's in Alabama somewhere, I think, but I'm not positive about that where he lives. But so we have it some around Florida, but nowhere in Alabama, Mississippi. I never see it. I've never competed in it. But when I get my truck done, I plan to. I'm gonna own it.
So 2027.
Really?
Yeah, I'll definitely be doing it in 2027.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, so there's a lot of guys doing these little podcast things that I don't get to watch, but I wish I did. Normally, if I go to YouTube to watch something, I'm trying to learn something, like how to make a spreadsheet autofill into a website so that people can see their data. That's what I did today.
See, YouTube's the devil because I'd be on there at 3 a.m, like can't sleep, watching, how to make a tornado funnel cake or something. I don't know.
It's stupid TikTok videos for me. It'd be like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still watching videos like shit. I gotta go to work. It's 3, but I can't stop watching.
Literally,
See, I can't get into TikTok. I can't wrap my head around it.
I like the TikToks. I can watch them for probably 5 minutes. Look, when I lay down, I go to sleep fast. Mm-hmm. So normally my eyes are crossing by the time I go to the bed. But if I get into bed and if I watch TikTok, 5 minutes, I'm turning off, going to sleep.
I will sit there for like 3 hours. Just
wow. Yeah, no.
I have a TikTok. I don't even use it. Like I can't.
I try just as a business. I tried to make a base horse TikTok, and I have. But so TikTok, you got to record the phone up like this. Mm-hmm. Everything else got to be like this. So you ever see me run around videoing like this? That's for TikTok. And then I come back and do the same thing. Well, that's for everything else. And so that's kind of frustrating.
Is that an iPhone, Billy? Is that?
Uh-huh.
Yes. He's got an iPhone.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we're hitting that point.
We got 17
Look
viewers.
like you about to hit the
We got
bed. I think Jimmy about to fall asleep over there. Look at him.
He's about to. I
I'm
saw him
hungry.
nodding off earlier, man.
No, I was actually looking at my phone. I'm hungry.
I was praying,
I'm hangry.
right?
Dan Current, I'm hangry, damn it.
Right. What time is it? Is it late? Did we do
Yeah,
good?
8:30.
It's 8:30. That's 2 hours. That's an hour and a half. Yeah.
I mean, for us geriatrics, that's late. I mean,
Right. So David come with me when I came up to your show, Jimmy, for finals, right?
he said he goes to sleep on demand.
He does. Billy be like,
my head don't hit the pillow before I go to sleep. I mean, I'm just out.
I wish.
Sleep ain't a problem for me.
I'm hungry. Why don't you grab a Snickers? Funny.
Oh, dang, Robert. Why you gotta be so mean, man? I'm
I
hungry.
know, right? Talking about some steaks and stuff, man. Come on now. I'm fat.
Dang.
How about the steaks?
Right?
I don't eat steak. I'll give it to my dog.
Hey, man, you don't want to be saying that in public no more.
Right?
Everybody that knows me knows I don't eat that. So it is what it is.
You're in Kansas City. Ain't y'all famous for steaks?
Nah, they do ribs.
Sure, whatever.
So do y'all have the sweet barbecue sauce or the weird kind with mustard in it and stuff?
Both.
Okay. Cool.
That was a safe answer. I don't know.
Hey, actually, you know what, Billy? You know what? When you come up here, we're going to Tucanos. I'm going to introduce you to that.
We want steak, okay? When I come, we want steak. I don't know what you got in
mind.
Oh,
it is steak.
All right.
Tucanos is Brazilian barbecue joint.
Oh, yeah.
And you will have all the steak you want. They got like 5 different kinds they bring around, amongst other things they bring around.
I'm familiar. Yeah,
it's like Texas Day Brazil kind of thing.
Yeah, which is really good.
Yes.
Garbage.
Yeah, I'm down.
Garbage.
All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate y'all. Dan, I appreciate you coming on.
Anytime, brother.
Yeah. Jimmy and I, we kind of dry. We don't real good at entertaining people. And so we've been working on it. But I will say this, just so you guys know, we don't prepare for this. Sometimes we might ask somebody to come on, but it's not my favorite thing to do. And so we don't prepare. Kicker and them, they prepare. They have a very good show.
Well, they got a whole day studio. They got to make it look professional.
Do what now?
They got like a whole professional studio.
They do. And they work hard for it, and they spent a lot of money for it. And it's cool, right? They work hard. Jimmy and I, we don't. I screw up my little setup here every Monday. So every Monday I have to start cleaning up behind me and figuring out where my feedback's coming from and why my camera makes me look green and stuff like that. But as far as content, we don't really put a lot of effort into it. When we come up with a reason for the show, we'll make it a little better. But right now we're just chit chatting with you guys.
And we appreciate everybody that watches the show for sure.
Yeah.
Especially once you bring my ugly self on here, and if they stick around to look at my ugly mug, there's some loyal Base Wars guys.
Hey, the original plan was to find somebody cuter than I and get on here and discuss the previous week's results. That was the original plan.
You failed miserably by bringing me on then.
Well, I don't have any hair. At least you have hair.
There's that.
Right? Right? So I get these really cool backgrounds to try and cover up the fact that I don't have hair. So rather than looking at me, you'd be looking at my little ball spinning there playing Base Wars, or the little town of somewhere in Taiwan that is.
I tell you who it won't be. It won't be Rush.
Do I?
Hey, I tell you what, we ain't gonna be watching. That's Rush.
Rush
or ACDC or whoever else you had in the background.
Yeah, man. So they axed my videos. I'm unhappy about that.
It happens.
I enjoyed that because I like Rush.
Me too.
Kansas and some of those others. And I don't understand how, if this is on YouTube and that's on YouTube, why you don't kick me off for playing it on YouTube?
Because they have permission and you don't.
I guess. But anyway, I guess it doesn't matter. So I created my own videos with base rides in it. How you like that? Take that,
right?
Rush.
Pretty dope.
Right? Rush wishes they had bass like we do, and they advertised 1 million megawatts back in 1990. I went to that concert. I felt it. I had hair then. It was cool.
Flinging it around. Tom Sawyer was rocking. You had it going.
Yeah. They it was yeah, no that yeah, no, I said Rush. That was AC/DC, and they shot off these cannons, and I could feel it. Oh my God, it was so cool. I should play AC/DC video. But anyway,
No,
this show is now brought to you by
Jimmy,
AARP
appreciate you.
and Viagra.
Right? And, so we won't do what we did to you guys last. Well, yeah, we will. You know what? Y'all have fun. I hope you enjoy it. I spent a lot of time on this video, so I'm gonna play it. So Dan, see you. Jimmy, see you, and y'all have fun. Here comes a really cool video. If I could ever find the right.
Eventually, we're gonna get it.
There.